Well, where should I begin? I think a fair amount has happened since the last time I've done a video. For those of you that are new, my name is Jody. My husband and I are on 31 acres and we grow pretty much all our own vegetables. We're about 75% self-sufficient and we're retired and having a ball. So for those of you that are not new, like my family and friends, welcome back. I'm gonna kind of just kind of let you know what's been going on. It seems like it's been a busy couple of weeks. So we'll kind of walk around and see what's happening. So we'll start with chickens. So we had this girl sitting on a nest, and we built that little chicken coop and put her in it and locked her in for 48 hours with food and water. And she was sitting on about 12 eggs. And then we opened the door and she moved. So then she moved into the big coop and she sat on eggs in one nest and then she moved to another nest. So we've decided she's not a good chicken mama. So now she's in broody jail. So this is just, we put her in here and it's just got 1/4 inch screen on the bottom and no hay, no bedding, nothing. And this will break her broodiness. She's been out here for about 30 hours, so probably tomorrow. And I think I'm going to do something strange, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the spray paint. It's like water based, and I'm going to spray her feathers with like it's bright orange or bright green or something like that. We use it for marking for posts and things out when we're building fence. Because I have multiple chickens that look like her, and I won't know which one it is. So I got to keep an eye on her, and make sure she doesn't sit on eggs again. So anyway, so no chicks, and that's okay because we have plenty of chickens. So there is our little coop, and I've closed it up so nobody can go in it. But our chickens are still good, and Bob is still the most wonderful rooster in the world. So I'm continuing to have issues with chickens in here, and I've kind of given up. I'm really struggling with the hay in here. So I think maybe this fall we'll pull this up. I'm going to move my strawberries into my green stock, and we'll probably pull this all up in the fall. And I think I'm probably going to have to put wheat cloth down underneath this in order to make this work. And then I've got this other bed over here, which I've got, I mean, it's flowers. And we got a bird bath because our birds need water in the summertime. And same thing, I'm fighting. I'm out here every single day. So, but it is what it is. So I feel like the garden looks really nice right now. The corn and the beans out there, and all of our early spring sown things here, and sweet potatoes and artichokes. But we're going to start digging things up, and then it looks quite different. So in the garden, in the outside garden, onions are definitely bulbing up, and we've been stealing a few because we're out of onions. You can hear my fan. Um, but I don't know, they're not flopping over yet, so we'll see. And then I've got garlic in there, and I think I'm going to check the garlic today because I see a lot of brown leaves, so I think it's starting to get ready. And then the next row is shallots. I have about a bazillion shallots. And I don't know if they're bulbing up, but I dug one out the other day, and it was like a clump of 20 that I planted from one. So that was actually kind of amazing. And beets, we have been making pickled beets. We've been giving them away. I think we're going to make one more batch, and then we're going to see if we can't find enough people to take beets. The potatoes, which is 2 rows right here, they're starting to have a little bit of dieback, but they still look pretty good, and so a few of them don't look as good. So we'll see. I think we're still, I have to check my calendar, but I think I'm still 3 weeks away. Over here, I've got peanuts, which I know is completely silly. Never grown them before, but I thought it would be fun. So I'm growing them. And, you know, I mean, I don't even know what we'll do with them, but that's okay. So this is my delicata squash, and I'm pretty excited about this. You can see there's a little squash in there. They look pretty good. And then down here, I planted watermelon, which Ed will be excited about if he comes and visits. But hopefully, Ed, your watermelon's going to grow and you're going to have a million of your own watermelon. So I've got squash bugs already, which is so irritating, but you know, it's the way it is. So I'm going to get another couple of squash planted because I have to kind of do those in succession in order to have squash. But I'm growing this hybrid variety this year. It's very upright, and it's kind of cool for picking because they're not all over the ground. It's not draping all over everything. However, we had a bit of a windstorm, and this one lost the top. So this one I think I'm just going to have to pull. That's more delicata. Tomatillo and cucumbers. And these are little pickling cucumbers, and I've been harvesting them already. You can see they're setting fruit. I'm trying to prune up the bottoms and get them up on this trellis, and they're growing up, but I have to keep after them because this is a variety. This is an heirloom variety. It's called Homemade Pickles, but it's amazing. I mean, if you look at them, they just get huge clusters of lots and lots of fruit. So, and this is not planted here. This is the shallots that I pulled, so I replanted them here, and this will be our shallots for next year. So they'll multiply over the rest of the summer, but they won't bulb. And then in the fall, I'll dig them up and separate them, and then plant them in a big row like I did the ones this year. And then over here, I still have space, and it's growing weeds, and I need to get it put together. So out here is our corn and bean patch, and this is our blue popcorn, and it is tasseling. So we should start seeing ears pretty soon. This is, I think, Jacob's cattle bean, and this is a dried bean, and so basically you just let them, let's see if I can find some beans. So you just let them go until they dry, and then you pick them and shell them. And then this is Blue Hopi dent corn, and it just really did not germinate well. Either that or our cedar didn't do a good job, but we're pretty disappointed in this. So we added a martin house. This was about a week ago, and it was actually pretty funny. We put it up. We got it at our local feed store, and we came out and put it up. And the next morning, it was full. It's like completely crazy. So we've decided there must be a housing shortage around here for martins. But we are absolutely enjoying it. And they've already got nests going. And so we've got it out here on the fence between the pasture, the front pasture, where the cows are, and the garden. And the trough is right there, so they have water. And I think they eat the bugs around the cows. So I don't know if you can see our little cows out there. They're laying down. They lay down a lot. It's interesting. I just didn't realize. And they lay down out in the middle, and I suppose that's because they feel really safe because they can see a long ways. So, I mean, they're way out there, but they are pretty cute. See if I can zoom in a little bit. Yeah, they're pretty cute little guys. So they're just weaned less than a month ago, and they are Wangus. So the bull was a Wagyu, and the moms were Angus or Baldies, which is an Angus cross. And they do have horns, but they're kind of straight, and they are still afraid of us, but we're working on it. So the orchard is looking really good this year. It is all leafed out. We're not going to get any fruit on the fruit trees this year. We had a freeze, a late freeze, and after they had bloomed. So we don't see any fruit on anything other than the figs. We'll get fruit off the figs. Anyway, but it's okay because it's a very young orchard. But we're pretty happy with it. It looks real pretty just looking out here at it. We really liked. Okay, so this is one of the things I'm most excited about this year is raspberries. So we just have this one plant, but it sends up lots of suckers, and it actually has berries on it, which I'm super excited about. I don't expect to get a lot this year, but if I get a few, I'll be pretty happy. And this fall we're going to buy more of this variety. It's called Heritage, and it's a fall bearing, and we are going to create a whole row of raspberries along here parallel to where the grapes are. And then this will end up being, when we pull this out, we'll put a grape in here. So in the high tunnel, so I've got these are all volunteer flowers. I did not plant these. But we've got our peppers along here and on this side, and they're starting to really pop because we're getting some hot weather. And excuse my mess, I pruned tomatoes last night. But I think we're going to do pretty good on peppers this year, which we need. Amish paste is setting fruit like crazy. It's an unusual tomato plant. It does this weird thing where, so here's a stalk for fruit, and there's a leaf that comes off the bottom of it. I don't remember growing a tomato plant like that before, but it's fine. And I love my trellising situation. This clipper system, which is these clips. Oh my goodness, it is so fabulous. And the Amish paste tomatoes are bigger than I was expecting. I don't know. I guess I was expecting something more like a San Marzano, but they're definitely not as narrow, and I don't know. But so far, I find them to be very interesting. I think we might get one more salad. Pete loves Caesar salad, and so we grew some romaine so we could make a couple of Caesar salads, but it's just a couple of them. And the roadsters are setting fruit like crazy, as they always do. And let me get around here. So there's lots and lots of fruit on the roadsters. And there's my roadsters. They are just, this is an amazing tomato. I will always grow this tomato. So the way that I do my determinants, the roadsters are a determinate tomato. I tried Florida weed last year. I am just not good at it. So this always works for me really, really well. And it's just 2x4 welded wire. And we always have a roll of this around. And I just put it together, and then I snip out some areas so that I can reach my hands in and I can do pruning and take care of them. And this works great for me. It supports them well. And I think I will continue to do it this way. So my pole beans are doing good. I actually got to eat a fresh bean yesterday, which is, I just love them. Oh, here's one right here. There's nothing quite as good as a raw fresh bean. So nothing quite like a fresh green bean. It's tender, almost sweet. So good. And I put a couple of scarlet runner bean seeds in here just for prettiness. Still have Swiss chard. Swiss chard is amazing. Chickens love it. Artichoke. And then I planted some jade bush beans. I definitely want enough beans this year, green beans, to freeze, because we really like green beans. Bentley spent the night outside a couple nights ago. He wouldn't come in. He normally comes in. He normally comes running when I call him, when I go out there. He wouldn't come in, and I got on the Ranger Went back to the back of the property to see if he was back there, and he wasn't. And when I came back, he was up by the barn, and he just would not come to me. So he spent the night outside, but obviously he lived. So this is blooming, my hydrangea. And our hydrangeas are very, very pink because our soil is very alkaline. But I'm enjoying it. It needs to go in the ground in the backyard, but we're working on a plan for our backyard. And these are my black brandywines. And they also are setting fruit. Let's see if I can find that there. And so we'll have fresh tomatoes here in another, I don't know, month. Actually, we'll have roadsters before that, and we'll probably eat some of those. And then down here are San Marzanos, also doing really well. All the tomatoes look really good this year. I'm pretty happy. San Marzanos I'm used to because I grow those every year. And this is an interesting, I don't know what's going on with this plant. It's got fruit on it, but it's just like so compact and curly. And I've got 2 of them that are doing this, and the rest of them are fine. And I don't know if it was an issue with a seed or what, but they're producing tomatoes, so I'm not going to worry about it. So that's what's going on. Just always lots of little chores, lots of little things to do, but we're having a good time, and we're starting to eat from the fresh from the garden, which is always super nice. We'll be sick of beets in not very long, because we have so many beets. I always overplant with beets for some reason. I don't know why, but we got quite a few things, big kind of crops that will be coming in the next month, and then we're just kind of all the fresh eating things. So anyway, I hope everybody has a totally lovely weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Love y'all. Bye.